You join me today as we get ever closer to the end of the season. We have a cup tie today that could get us into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And we're focused on trying to get into that second promotion place in the Championship. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 17 of Project Turnaround, where we try and turn around one of the sides that's fallen out of the Premier League, in this case, Brentford. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, we have two games for you, as usual. First up, Crystal Palace come visiting. We are in the FA Cup 5th round, and then we have a championship match against Birmingham City, and it's match day 36. A couple of things before we continue. You will notice that the background has changed. There is a reason for that. It's because with FM24 and now the fact that it's gone to a full fat version, we have modded up and we have added in a skin. It's different skin to last year because there were things that didn't quite work on it. So we're going to use that in FM24. So I figured that was we're going to use that in FM24. We might as well get used to it in FM23 as well. So we've used an earlier version of it here in FM23 just to get a little bit of used to it and see how it works. So there's a little bit of continuity as we come to the end of this series going into our other series, of course. The other thing is, if you do enjoy today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and leave me a comment. Tell me how you've enjoyed this series, whether you'd like me to do it again in FM24, and just anything else. Any comments that you're enjoying it, saying hi, or anything else. How you found the channel, how you found the videos, all the rest of it, all helps me here on YouTube. So I'd be most grateful if you would do that for me. Right, let's get on with it then. Let's get in. We have a lot to get through. Let's just check. I think we have played a game since you were last with us. Middlesbrough and Burnley in the last episode. We played Queen's Park Rangers in the ensuing time. It's a little bit different. Get a picture of Loftus Road. Yeah, it was a bit of a funny affair, really. 9 shots, 5 on target, 0.30, 54% of the possession for Queen's Park Rangers. We had 18 shots, 11 of which were on target, 2.74, and 46% of the possession. Not a lot going on, really, apart from Brathwaite. He got his first goal for us on 41 minutes. We'll go and have a look at that. And unsurprisingly, it came from a corner. Roberts with the corner, Brathwaite getting up. And remembering he's 6'5", got up above the defence and put that one away. Very nice it was too. 1-0 then going into half-time. And it stayed 1-0. They looked as if they might get something back. Put a lot of pressure on at certain points in time. But it wasn't to be because Brereton Diaz got our second on 69 minutes. Winks through to Yamalak. Yamalak crosses it in. It's bobbled around there, and Brereton Diaz, I think, got deflection off the defender, to be fair, but he claimed it, and we finished up 2-0 on that one. And how does that leave us in the table? Well, this is how it leaves us in the table. We are third by virtue of the fact that Sheffield United played after us, and I think they've done the early game. We're on Saturday here. They might well have played on Friday. We'll check in a moment. But they've gone back in front of us by 1 point, basically. So if we were to win our game against Birmingham today, I'm not sure whether some of the sides actually play while we're doing the FA Cup thing. So we might find we drop down the table a little bit further. I don't know. Oh, no, can't, because they're 4 points behind us. So that's not going to happen. We'll stay in third, whatever happens. We just play that game. We'll have a look in a minute and see what the fixtures are in the Championship. But yeah, we should, as it stands at the minute, be able to, assuming we can win our game in the Championship, overtake Sheffield United back into second place. Of course, that gap still 17 points as it stands, albeit I do think they drew a match there somewhere. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to catch Crystal Palace, but we obviously want to try and consolidate ourselves into that second position and stop this ding-dong with Sheffield United, because it could come a little bit precocious as we get towards the end of the season. Right, let's get right into it then. Not a lot else has happened. One thing I did see on that screen there is Lewis Openda is still top scorer in the Championship, 24 goals so far this season. He was joint, I think, with Surridge and Weghorst, but actually he's now pulled away from them, got 4 goals in front of them, and also he has the best average rating, which is rather good as well. So, as I say, without any more to do, I'm going backwards here, going the wrong way. There we go. It's got to get used to this new skin, you see. So, first up then, Crystal Palace. We face them in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Obviously, top of the league as it stands. We've played them 4 times in this save. Beat them 4-0 here at the Community Stadium back in December 22. And then since then, we don't seem to have. The last time out, managed to get a 2-2 draw with them at Selhurst Park, but that was after we lost in the Championship earlier in the season, 2-1 at this here at the Community Stadium. So it's a bit topsy-turvy. Nothing can be guaranteed. What we do know, though, is Brereton Diaz is out. He's cup-tied. Madi Kamara is suspended for too many yellow cards, I suspect. And Josh Da Silva is still doubtful with a twisted ankle. Iago is out with a sprained ankle ligament for Crystal Palace. Arias is doubtful with a dislocated shoulder. And Sean Longstaff is doubtful with a twisted ankle. That is all the team news. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Crystal Palace. And actually, I did promise you that we would find out what was going on in the Championship, because Sheffield United did play Burnley in their Friday game, beating them by 4-0. So that's how that one turned out. And this is the programme today. So they are playing today. There are even... Oh, that's Tuesday games. Yeah, they are playing today in the Championship. So obviously that may move things around slightly. As I said, I don't think we can drop any lower than 3rd as it currently stands. But Sheffield United already played. Right, now we will go and have a look at the team that faces Crystal Palace. And here is that team that faces Crystal Palace in this 5th round of the Emirates FA Cup. It's Raya in goal. Tavares, Starfelt, Mari and Roberts are our defensive line. Vinks. Bidstrup and Lafay are our central midfield. Yarmolik sits behind Zikari and Openda. Up front with Patterson, Sorensen, Baptiste, Lewis Potter, Shackleton, Sharaway, Perez, Stevens and Preet on the bench. And this is how the two sides line up for this FA Cup match. Confirmation of the teams as they come out. Our first highlight comes 8 minutes in. It's a long throw into the area. Wobbling around, it was Roberts who had the throw. Tavares to Bidstrup. Bidstrup finds Openda. Openda back to Mari. Mari over the top for Openda. Didn't quite get there. The defender defended well. And Crystal Palace looking to try and get out. Mari. Lafay looking for Zikari into Yamalak. Yamalak puts it away. It is a goal. His 8th goal of the season. And on 10 minutes, we go 1 up. It's a lovely build-up, lovely move. Lafay finding Zikari. Zikari managed to get a head down into the path of Yamalak. Beat the goalkeeper to it and put it in the net. Question of whether he was offside. Ooh. It was debatable. They have a corner now. Da Costa swings it in, but Raya comes out and collects. Long ball forward. Openda is on it. Zakari finds Yamalak. And Yamalak puts his second away. He's 9th of the season. We go 2 up after 25 minutes. I was going to say, Raya, since we brought in Patterson as a backup goalkeeper, I didn't think he was under much threat before. And I think when Patterson came in, it sort of woke him up a little bit, Raya. 2-0 then. Highlight from kickoff. Matthew's tail getting us underway again. Out to Joe Bryan. Joe Bryan, dangerous, of course. Armstrong. He's got it into the box, but it's deep. Winks heads it on. Yamalak, who's having a splendid game at the moment, goes out wide this time. He's got Sakari inside him. Back to Yamalak. Winks through to Openda. Openda's put it away. 28th goal of the season. And I'm not kidding you. With 26 minutes on the clock, that's 2 goals in 2 minutes. We go 3 up against Crystal Palace. Top of the table. Who are you? This, again, is a question of offside. I think he's onside this time, where you look at the line. Last time it was a bit mashed together. And we get a highlight from kickoff again. Matthew's tail getting us underway for the 3rd time. And they're looking to try and get back into this game. We've got to try and prevent them from doing so. Oh, cross, but Starfelt is there. Cuts it out. Tavares. Starfelt. Bidstrup. Back to Raya. Raya launches one. Looking for Openda. Wasn't going to get there. It's gone out wide to Kuto. And again, they try and build. Elise. It's crossed in. Starfelt doing his and Tavares. Working very well together. And that long one again to Openda. Openda's not going to get there, but it's out to Bryan. The highlight continues. There's something going to come of this, I think. Hopefully it's not the wrong thing. It could be. Armstrong's in. Armstrong puts it away. And 7th goal of the season. That's why they're top of the table. They don't give up. We've had 3 goals in 3 minutes. 2 for us, 1 for them. It's 3-1. And something was coming of this. The fact that we got a highlight again from kickoff. Raya beaten this time. We have a free kick now just inside their half. The half-hour mark has turned. Tavares to Bidstrup. Bidstrup through the lines. Winks, can he cross this in? He's got to turn it. Lafay! Oh, off the post. How unlucky can you be? That would have been 4-1. They have a free kick. Da Costa with a free kick. Oh, off the crossbar, rolled along the top. It's gone out for a goal kick. Half-time arrives, and this is how it looks at half-time. We've had 9 shots, 3 on target, 1.67, 59% of the possession. They've had 6 shots, just 2 on target, 0.18, and 41% of the possession. We need to be careful. They are dangerous, but so far we've put ourselves in a very good position, as you see. Goals there, 25, 26, 28. Could have been another one, but yeah. So we have the head of steam at the moment. 1 foot in the quarterfinals. First highlight of the second half, nearly an hour in. Da Costa, and it's a highlight, of course, to Crystal Palace. Kuto. Tavares cuts that out very nicely, but gives the ball away to Elise. And that could be a mistake that's costly. Hopefully not. Villagra. And he's going, crossing that wide to Bryan. Joe Bryan crosses that in for Elise. It's just gone over the top. Not far away. Now they have a free kick, which is a bit of a worry. 63 minutes on the clock. Elise. He's going to have a go from there. Raya makes the save, though, and it's gone out for a corner. The corner then. Da Costa swings it in, and that's headed over the top. And with 71 minutes on the clock, virtually, we're making 2 changes, both in midfield. Harry Winks is off. We have brought on Shackleton to replace him, and we brought Mad as Bidstrup off. Bidstrup, should I say, and brought on Shandon Baptiste. Jamie Shackleton going as the ball-winning midfielder. And Baptiste is going out as the segundo. And we have a highlight. Tavares throwing that ball in. Roberts gets it, but it's caught a deflection. And Crystal Palace are going to come away with this. That Pablo Mari tidying up. Winks. The change has not been made yet. Lafay through to Yamalak. Yamalak to Sakari. And it is number 4. And on 72 minutes, we go 4-1 up. And I think Crystal Palace are out. They got to make it one big comeback if they are to get back into this 5th round tie. Easy for Zakari. Zakari just rolled it into the back of the net. Lovely through ball. And Zakari is behind him. And once again, a highlight from kickoff. Brozier is on. I'm suggesting that Matthias Tell's come off. And that's over the top. Brozier is in. And Brozier misses. And with 72 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. And we have taken off... who have we taken off? We've taken off Nuno Tavares, who's... I thought he'd been having quite a good game, actually. El Sharaway comes on for him. And on the other side, we've taken off Connor Roberts and brought on Finn Stevens. Lafay with a free kick. Swings it in. It's headed clear. Brozier. De Costa. He's on his own, though. At the moment, he's got support now. Brian. As he's pushed that back. And we'll need to be very careful. Don't want them to get back into this game. 2 quick goals from them could make all the difference. And that's going to Draxler. But Starfelt is there again. It's crossed in this time. Brozio's got it. Come back off the woodwork. Al Sharaway. Raya. Stevens with a throw-in on that far side to Openda. Openda into the area. But the defender managing to keep it away from Yamalak, who's looking for his hat-trick. Pablo Mari's under that one. Stevens is there. Starfelt. Shackleton. Al Sharaway. And Starfelt, to be fair, I don't think he's match... Oh, that was a power ball by Baptiste. I don't think he's average rating, or his rating is as it should be. Yamalak through to Openda. Openda chips the goalkeeper. 29th goal of the season. It's 5-1. We are in the quarterfinals, boys and girls, and expect a draw coming up midway through the episode. Yamalak winning that ball. Well, it's a bit of work, I think, with, who was it? Shackleton, to be fair. But he got it through to Openda. Openda chips the goalkeeper, gets his second of the game. And we go 5-1 up against Crystal Palace, the league leaders. I keep mentioning that they are the league leaders. Makes you wonder how they got there, but he's definitely onside. Openda, lovely. And with 80 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Beck Sorensen comes on for Pablo Mari, who has had a splendid game back there. As has Carl Starfelt, and I'm glad to see that his rating has gone up now. Earlier it was about 6.7, and he'd had a fantastic first half. So it wasn't ringing true, but yeah, the pair of them in that central defence have been absolutely godsend today, as has Raya in goal, and his rating isn't particularly special either, which is a bit of a surprise. But yeah, Beck Sorensen then on for Pablo Mari. Baxter gets rid of that one to Brozier. Brozier goes out wide to Draxler, but Al Sharaway steps in, and that's, again, 50% balls. Openda's on a hat-trick. Couldn't get it away, though. He was offside. And they have a corner. De Costa. Raya making another save, I think, and it's been cleared into touch. We are in the 3rd minute of 3 added on. And we're going to get the throw-in. Joe Bryan with that throw-in on that far side. Chowdhury. Villigra. And Stevens heads that back to Raya. And that has been the story of our day. We've been absolutely splendid. Raya launches a long one. It's all over here at the community stadium. It's a resounding 5-1 win. You don't get any better than that. 2 from Yamalak. A brace from Openda as well. And Yamalak supplying that one. So he scored 2. And, in fact, 2 assists. 2 goals and 2 assists for Yamalak. as that shadow striker. I mean, what else can you ask for? Zakari getting in on the party as well. 17 shots, 6 on target, 3.64, 55% of the possession. They did come into it a bit more in the second half. 16 shots, 6 on target, 1.52 and 45% of the possession. But we were too far gone by the time they decided that they were coming to play a game of football. And we get to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. A draw for that coming very shortly. And here's the story of the match. As you see, we did dominate that first half. And having got those 3 goals, put us in a good position. Didn't have so much of the second half. Crystal Palace were definitely better, but still scored 2 goals to add to the 3 from the first half. So, yeah, a comprehensive match. Says the first half Brentford had enjoyed a better time of things, were generally the dominant team. Brentford and their opponents came out of the second half looking relatively well matched, with neither team dominating. Between minutes 22 and 43, Brentford were clearly dominant. Worst period was between 59 and 69 minutes when they let Crystal Palace take charge of the contest, but they didn't score, thankfully. So, having got past Crystal Palace in that unexpected 5-1 win, I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that, but a splendid win all the same. Having got past them, of course, we have a quarter-final tie coming up on the 23rd of March. Would have been where Luton Town is, but Luton Town, again, will get displaced. Not quite sure where it's going to fit right now, but we'll see. So, who will we play in the FA Cup quarter-final? Let's go and have a look at the draw. And here is the draw for the Emirates FA Cup. And this is how it's going to be. Let's start the draw. Teams in the pot. It's Tottenham, Everton, Liverpool, Manchester City, all the big boys. Arsenal, Wolves, Brighton and Brentford. Yeah, I think it's all Premier League size, isn't it? Apart from ourselves. So it's going to be a bit of a tough task, whatever we do, to get any further. If this is as far as we're going, then I guess it's not too bad. Let's draw the first team out then. Tottenham will be at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They will play Everton. Tottenham to play Everton. Liverpool will play Manchester City. That's a big tie. One of the big hitters are coming out of it. That leaves us with either Brighton, Wolves or Arsenal. Arsenal are at home to Wolves, which means we have Brighton. But are we going to be at home or away? We're going to be away. We're going to the South Coast, to Brighton. There it is, confirmation, and the full draw for you. In fact, no, Wolves are in the Championship. Why did I think they were in the Premier League? There, dearie me. But we've got Premier League opposition. Tottenham, Everton, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Wolves, Brighton and Brentford. And we will come back for the Brighton quarter-final. So we'll play Reading and Brighton in the next episode. Reading and then Brighton. And what we're trying to do is work down. We'll have Bristol City, assuming we don't get any further than the quarter-final. Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. And then we'll finish up our season. Wolves and Stoke. So, yeah, I think that's working out quite well. Right, so without any more to do, let's get on with it. We have a match now against Birmingham. Scott Hogan is out for Birmingham. We have nobody missing, really. Played them earlier in the season, beat them 4-2 at St Andrews. On that occasion, Sharaway, Lafee, Lewis Potter and Perez were the scorers. James and Hall were the scorers for Birmingham. In fact, I was going to say they give us the lead. They didn't. They equalised, made it 1-1 and then 2-2. So, yeah, the form, I think we're in much better form than we were then, to be fair. So I'm hoping that we can get quite the result. Whether we'll be tired off the back of the FA Cup, we shouldn't be, because there's a week between games, so we should be all right. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Birmingham. And here we are, the side that will face Birmingham in this Sky Bet Championship, matchday 36. And the team looks like this. Raya is in goal. Tavares, Brathwaite, Starfelt and Roberts make our defensive line. Winks, Kamara and Bidstrop in central midfield. Yamalak continues in that shadow striker role that he's been doing so well with. Berreton, Diaz and Openda are up front. Patterson, Sorensen, Lafie, Zikari, Stevens, Perez and Potter on the bench. And this is how the two sides face up here at the Community Stadium, playing our 4-3-1-2. Whilst Birmingham are playing a flat back three, two wing backs and a defensive midfielder. Two strikers. Birmingham in 19th on 36. We are currently third with 71 points. First highlight comes 8 minutes in. It's Roberts with a long throw for Birmingham. Winks, well defended. Winks tidying up. Yamalak finds Tavares, but Tavares didn't really have control of that ball. And Birmingham win possession back. Ball forward. Looking for Keane, but Starfelt is there. Starfelt has Kamara inside him. Winks. As we come forward, Winks finds Berreton Diaz. Berreton Diaz through for Yamalak, but it's a bit too hard, I think. And Brooks will have the long kick. Starfelt under that one. Kamara. Diaz to Yamalak. This time it's perfect. And Yamalak gets his 10th of the season and puts us one up after 10 minutes. And it was a bit of an end-to-end thing. Starfelt tidying up. Doing well in that defensive role. Berreton Diaz. Yamalak, who's on form at the minute, pops that one away. We have a free kick now. Berreton Diaz with the free kick. Is he going to go direct? He is. It's just over the top, though. A corner now. Connor Roberts. It's headed away by Chong. Winks into the area. It's had a go. It's taken a deflection, but Brooks will get that easily. Roberts for Birmingham. Pumps that one into the area, but Brathwaite is there. Back to Raya. Raya out to Connor Roberts. Bidstrop. Bidstrop fires one looking for Berreton Diaz, who heads it in for Openda. And Openda just didn't even have to change his stride and puts his 30th goal away. And counter-attack. Roberts, Bidstrop. This ball from Bidstrop just opened them up. Berreton Diaz just had to get his head to it. Put it into the path of Openda. Bang. Connor Roberts, a long throw into the box. Nobody there. Winks will tidy up, though, as it comes out. Defended. Winks has support. Kamara. Tavares, who's picked up a yellow card for a foul. Winks. Back to Tavares. Tavares now. Cross it in. Ooh, just over the top from Yamalak. No more highlights in that first half. And we've had a very positive first half. 8 shots. 3 on target. Would like a few more on target, to be fair. 1.01. 63% of the possession. Birmingham have had just 2 shots. 0.01 on the XG. 37% of the possession. None on target to date. First highlight of the second half. 61 minutes in. Nearly 62 minutes. And it's a free kick headed over the top. Mark Roberts with a throw-in on that far side, but it's I'm not sure who it was that won that ball. I think it was either Winks or Tavares. Tempted to go back and actually have a look. Can we go back a little bit? Let's go back and have a look. See who it was that won that ball. It was Winks, actually. There's the throw-in. We watch it again. Yeah, Winks winning the ball. Yamalak, Bidstrop, Openda. Pender's messing around on the ball, gives the ball away. And Watts is in. Drager out on that far side. Mark Roberts over the top. Brathwaite. Tavares back down to Brathwaite. And Brathwaite finds Winks as we steady the ship. Kamara. Oh, poor ball, Kamara. But Openda wins that back. Brereton Diaz. Tavares. The attack is still on. Tavares crossed it into the area, but it's defended well. And Kamara at it again. Kamara has a shot from distance. And it's gone over the top. And with 67, nearly 68 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Taking off 2 of the players with yellow cards. Nuno Tavares, who's having a good game, but we've taken him off. Beck Sorensen on for him. And we've also taken off Mads Bidstrup in central mid and replaced him with Lafay. Sorensen with a throw on that far side. 78 minutes on the clock. A long throw, but Brooks picks it up. And that ball bounced forward. Brathwaite brings it down nicely. Connor Roberts now. Lafay. Kamara over the top. Yamalak. It was just too much for him to do. All he could do was head it on straight to Brooks, who will launch one again. Roberts under that. Lafay there in support. Kamara. Winks. Goes out wide. Didn't think that was going to get through to Sorensen. Brereton Diaz buries that one. 7th goal of the season. 3-0 with 79 minutes on the clock. Winks' ball looked like Drager was going to get it, but didn't. Fell through to Sorensen. Sorensen over the top. Brereton Diaz brought it down and puts it away. Question of whether he was offside or not. Nope, just onside. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, making our final 3 changes at this juncture in time. We have taken off Connor Roberts, replaced him with Finn Stevens. Yahya Yamalak has come off, and Perez comes on for a cameo behind Brereton Diaz. And our other change, Pender is off, and Lewis Potter comes on again to make a cameo up front, and that is the team that will finish the game. Brathwaite with a free kick just inside the opponent's half. Goes to Winks, to Kamara. Kamara's pass was a little bit wayward. Starfelt, though. To Stevens. Stevens comes forward. Cross that into the box. Brereton Diaz just over. Free kick now. Lafay has a go from distance. Come back off the woodwork. No more highlights. It's all over. It's a 3-0 win. 17 shots. 7 on target. 1.83. 64% of the possession against their 4 shots. 1 on target, 0.03 on the XG, 36% of the possession. A comprehensive win, I think you could say it was. And with 1 game left to play in this cycle of games, this is how we have finished up for the day. Blackburn moving into the playoff places on the basis that they beat Bristol City by 2-0. We've moved back up into 2nd place. And with a game in hand over Sheffield United as well. Sheffield United only managing a draw with Peterborough today. We're a point in front of them. And with the game in hand, if we can win that game in hand, we would be on 77 points. Good 4 points clear of Sheffield in 3rd place. And that is cementing a promotion. We're not going to catch Crystal Palace now. They are on 91 points. How did they get on today? They beat Sheffield Wednesday by 1-0. So we're not going to get to them. They're still 17 points in front of us. You can pretty much guarantee that they have won the championship for this season. But really what we want to do is cement that place there. So as it stands, we have a game in hand over all of those teams behind us. Right way down to Watford on 61 points, so 12 points behind. 13 points behind us. So we are pretty much there. 10 points clear of Bristol City in 7th place, which, as I say, still a game in hand, which is the outside of the playoffs. So getting closer to guaranteeing that playoff place as much as anything else. Swansea, Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday still in the drop zone. Swansea getting closer to Rotherham. Huddersfield are 14 points away from Rotherham now, and Sheffield Wednesday are 15 points away from Rotherham. Looks like Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday are goners, but Swansea could still get out of there if they play their cards right. Let's see what's coming up in the next episode then. We're going to have Rotherham and Reading offline. We're going to come back for... we're going to come back for Brighton and Watford in the next episode. Brighton in the FA Cup quarter-final. Watford then in the Championship. We'll see how that drips out. And then we'll... I've read this completely wrong. Reading and Brighton is what we're going to come back for. Watford and Luton then we'll play offline. Depends on how we get on. So we will come back for that FA Cup quarter-final along with a Championship match day 38 against Reading in the next episode. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me some comments, whatever you like. Let me know how you're enjoying this series, what you'd like to see me do next, etc., etc. Don't forget, you can, by hitting the notification button, you will know when all future episodes of Project Turnaround are out. The other series going out at the moment, Irons in the Fire, which is our FM24 series, of course, and a new FM24 series coming along as soon as this series is finished. The best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. And new episodes of Project Turnaround currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode, which is out on Friday. It'll be episode 18. Till then, bye-bye.